What's up, fellas? Welcome back. It is December the 24th. Merry Christmas to everybody. I've actually got a fan blowing in December on Christmas Eve because we're actually getting spring-like temperatures down here. It's going to be 13 degrees and zero snow. So it's very unheard of for us here in Toronto. We normally get below zero and we usually have snow on Christmas. So it's going to be quite a change for us. So it is what it is, right? It's going to be a Christmas to remember, that's for sure. This video here is going to be my top 5 fantasy castings. I was nominated by Wade's Fordsman, and this video or this challenge has gone viral. It started by Sick Diecast. Probably one of my favorite ones to watch because everybody's been picking out some awesome fantasy castings, some that I didn't even know existed. And everybody's is unique and cool, so I'm going to get started with mine right now. The first fantasy casting that I like is the Flintmobile. Growing up as a kid, I grew up on the Flintstones, so when I saw that Hot Wheels had one, it totally blew me away. This is probably my favorite variation of it from the main lines. There's also the Retro Entertainment version that looks the same but has the real riders. So that's my number one car. I grew up on the Flintstones. Obviously, it's not a real car. It's based off the animated show. So really, really cool fantasy piece right there. My number two car, I guess some argument could be made whether it is a fantasy casting or not, since it is an original Hot Wheels design, but it is based off of JDM, the Bozozuku, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. This is the Mad Manga, which is actually a casting I'm going to make a run for in 2016. This was a new model back in 2013, so this is the latest edition right now from the B case, if I'm not mistaken, or the A case, but there's a lot of color variations of this one that I'm missing, and this is, like I said, based off a car they call the Bozozuka in Asia, and it's inspired by street gangs, basically. They have this battering ram right here that can run through its opponents. Not sure what this spoiler is for. I'm assuming it could, if it gets tipped over, it can go back on its feet, but it's a really cool piece. I've seen people on Instagram have all the color variations for it running down the track. Just a really, really cool piece. So like I said, I might update you guys when I get all of them, if I get all of them, because I think they look really, really cool. So that's car number 2. Car number 3 is probably on a lot of people's lists. It's the Carbonator, which, as we all know, is a bottle opener. One of the first Hot Wheels that I picked up when I started collecting again was this one right here. And since then, I've acquired quite a few other variations of it, including the New Year's version. I had the T-Hunt version, but I sent that out in an REOK to Braindead. So I know he needed it for his collection, so I sent it out to him. If I see the T-Hunt once again at the toy show, which I'll be going to on this weekend, I might just pick it up. Just a cool one to have. That is car number 3. Sorry, guys, still battling a cold. My number 4 car is the Let's Go. It was a new model for 2015, and it's made to designed to hold Lego characters. So when this casting came out, I hoarded them. I picked up probably about 8, maybe 10 of them, and along with them, I made a couple of eBay purchases to acquire characters. I got one for Captain America. I got one here for Wolverine. I have one for Superman. Let's make some room here. We've got Iron Man, Spider-Man. Let's see where else I can put him here. I got Thor, and I've got Batman. So the original plan was to run them all down the racetrack, and unfortunately, when I bought the figures on eBay, I was so stoked over the price because it was 8 figures for $8 shipped. However, they're not official Lego merchandise. Got these, I guess, from China, and because they're not official Lego merchandise, they don't actually stay seated in the car. So that was kind of unfortunate. They do look accurate as per the Lego counterparts, but like I said, they don't stay seated. So they do make awesome display pieces, but if you're going to run them down the track, they're going to instantly fly off because they just don't stay down. But nonetheless, very cool casting, and again, that's the Let's Go. And I'll show you guys right here without the character in it. It's built and designed to hold the Lego characters. I believe you can even fit one at the back. So that's pretty cool. And then my number 1 casting, fantasy casting, is actually a recent model. Came out in the A case, if I'm not mistaken, and I didn't know what it was until I saw Race Crew's video. I mean, here in Canada, it is the Ollie Rocket, and this is how our international card looks. Just looks like a regular fantasy car. But in the U.S. cards, or on the U.S. cards, I realized through Race Crews that this is a Make-A-Wish car, and it has a story at the back. This was designed actually by a patient, and Mattel brought it to life, made an actual casting of the Ollie Rocket, which I think is a fantastic story. This is all about the kids anyways, Hot Wheels, and for them to make a fantasy casting for, a sick child, I think is just incredibly awesome. If I was in the same position and Mattel did that for my child, I'd be on top of the world, and I definitely would hoard these for myself. So, Ollie Rocket, for the sentimental value behind the story behind it, is my number one fantasy pick. So, those are my fantasy cards. I'm going to nominate 5 people. I'm not sure if they've already been nominated. 2 guys right at the top of my my list that I know like fantasy cards. John Fernandez, I know you're not making videos these days, but if you want to comment below and put your top 5 fantasy castings, that would be cool. Braindead636, I know you love your fantasy castings too, so you can definitely feel free to put that in. Ray Huggins, another guy that doesn't do videos but participates, comments. Again, if you could put down your top 5 here. And I'd like to see PD Custom. PD Custom, you can show us your top 5 fantasy customs or fantasy cars. And last but not least, let me see what I can put out there. Not sure if he's been nominated, but my man Irv Green out in California. And I'm going to throw one in because I can picture him liking fantasy castings. That's Isaiah Superman, if you can post your top 5. So guys, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. I'm still under the weather, still battling a bit of an eye infection, but it's a holiday season, so we're going to push through this with positivity and have a good time tonight. So Merry Christmas to everybody. Have a good one, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.